my buckos, let's do a pattern. So I am in a separate file from my project file. This is actually quite small. It's 1" by 1" at 150 pixels per inch. This is, you might remember this from last semester, my pattern tile, right? My tile. I've got a smart object, which is an eyeball and a rose. I've got a background layer and I've got a white box. I'm going to grab all three of them with my shift key. And I'm going to come over here to edit. And I am going to say define pattern. I'll call it eyeball rose. Now, it's in my patterns now. It's in the pattern palette. So now I can come over to my project file, and let's say I wanted to create something for the desk. I wanted to cover the desk. All right, so I will make a new layer, and I'll create a box with which to fill the layer. I'm going to come down here. Now I could fill it with solid color, I could fill it with a gradient, or I could fill it with a pattern. This is the pattern fill box. Here is all of the patterns. These are all preset patterns that come with Photoshop. We have grass, water. Here is my pattern tile. So you can see that I'm filling. If I wanted to make it smaller, I could make it smaller by scaling it, or larger, sorry. I can change the angle if I wanted it to move at an angle. I could snap it to origin. I don't want to do that. I'm going to hit OK. Now, this is the mask. It's basically what it's done is it's created a mask out of my marching ants, and it's filled it with this pattern tile. I want my life to be a little easier, so I'm going to create a smart object out of this file. Now that I have it as a smart object, I can go in. I could use a perspective warp. I could use vanishing point, which we learned last week. But I think what I want to do is I will use the distort function, excuse me. And I'm going to change my opacity so I can see what I'm doing. That goes there. I have to kind of imagine where the edge of this desk is. And that goes there. I'll bring the opacity back up. Maybe I want to use the multiplication tool. I think I want to use overlay. There we go. And there you have it. A little custom pattern on my tabletop.